Hey crafters, it's me, Jen Evers with Quality Crafts, and I sure do want to welcome you to this Friday where we're going to be playing with shrink film. Remember Shrinky Dinks? Same stuff. Except for the one that I'm going to be using has like a scratched or textured side to it to hold more of the chalk or the coloring or whatever you're going to put on it. But I'm going to show you a bunch of different ways that you can color it. And we're going to make flowers, specifically flowers this time. If you love it and you want to see other things, we can take care of that on another time. So if you've never been to my channel, hit that subscribe button down there. Click the bell icon so that you're notified when I make new videos. Typically, I have a video out every Wednesday and every Friday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. So here are a couple of the flowers that I've already made. And I'll show you some of the different tips and tricks that I use to get some of these different kind of flowers. So like this one I put, and did I pull those out? I did not. Let me pull some of them out. These McGill flower, these are basically for doing flower petals, but they work really well with this. So I put one of these large balls in there. And it gave me that deep impression so that I could put different kind of embellishments and gems and stuff in there. I thought that was really cute. And then one on the top left, I actually used some of the stamens. Not real good at using those yet. I need to be a little more practiced at that. And then this one, I stacked a few different ones. Can you see the flower? The flower on the bottom? I just went ahead and colored that with an alcohol ink marker so that it would look like leaves, and then I stacked the three on top of each other. Basically I just used glue gun, but I don't recommend glue gun because they're gonna fall apart. Use a type of glue that you can let them just sit and set so that they don't fall off. So here's one I did. I'm just gonna take this off the necklace for a second. I thought I was going to hang it on the sides, which is why I punched 2 holes in it before I shrunk it. And then I just made this base for putting my flowers on it, and it glued on a bail. So these are hot glued, and I don't recommend that. They are going to fall off. But they were the 3 cutest ones that I thought. This one has little seed beads in it. This one has seed beads and a flat back pearl. This one just has a flat back pearl. So I'm going to show you how to get some different variations of colors on your flowers as well. And I'm already getting warm. I'm going to take off this heavy sweater. This is the dye that I chose to use for my flowers, and it is the Tim Holtz Tattered Floral. And so I'm going to show you what they turn out looking like. If you use this tiny one, that's the one that's on the top of this one. This is how small it's going to get. This one right here is that tiny little purple one on the top. Okay? These large ones right here, that's going to shrink down to that size. This one right here, that one is going to shrink down to that size. And then the one up in the corner is going to shrink down to about that size. If you can see that one that's on the bottom there. So that's how little they're going to get. They get pretty tiny. So make sure if you're doing this that you realize that whatever you cut out has to be really big in order for it to turn out into something that's large enough at the end that you can use it to put together and make things. Hey Brenda, hi Sandy, Debbie, Robin, Joy, Sherry, Chrissy, Linda, Debbie. So that's the one that I decided to use. I used the 3 biggest ones the most, and for pushing it in, the pad, I didn't see the pads that they made, but I kind of created my own. This was my own fault. I don't nor have I ever smoked, but I was trying to do a different kind of a technique with one of the flowers, and my heat gun just sat on this towel for way too long. What this is a homemade little cushion. It's just 3 washcloths wrapped in a flour sack towel. As long as you're just doing the plastic and you're not getting too close or for too long, this should not happen to you. So if you want to go ahead and make a handmade one, you certainly can. So I'm going to put this on here. You can see in the picture that when you wear it on one of these, it kind of ends like that. Oh my gosh, how are you? Josie's here. So it turns out a little bit like that. It's super cute. You can make all kinds of stuff, especially if you are good at using wire and you're a jewelry maker. Way easier. I'm not a jewelry maker. I tried to use some wire. It was a fail for me. I don't think the holes I made were big enough, but let's get started on making some now that you know exactly what we're headed towards. And in this bag, so you don't have to watch me cutting them, I have a whole bunch of them from that one. So I've got a whole stack of the tiny ones and the ones in the middle, and then the 2 large ones. And unless you guys want to see some of the little bitty ones, I think we'll stick to some of the larger ones. So these are the ones that I like the best. They're pretty big. I mean, they're the size of my hand, and they're going to end up being this small. So those are the ones we're going to focus on today. And I'm going to show you the simplest version of everything first, and then we can experiment and choose colors, and I'll get you guys to be kind of a part of this, okay? So here is the sanded side, and here is the glossy side. You can totally tell the difference. I'm going to put my color on the sandy side, and I learned the hard way that if I put chalk on this, it stains it. So I'm not going to put the chalk on there. I'm going to pull in a piece of scratch paper. Just to put underneath here while I chalk it. Now, do you have to use chalk? No. You can use markers. I've even seen people use paint pens, that kind of a thing. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to use these instead of my finger, but you can go in, as she showed us at Creativation, and just rub it on your finger and then rub it on the flower. I'm going to show that to you so you can see the blue that's coming off on there. See that? Okay. So you can use your finger. I'll do one more part of this, maybe the pink one, and make some pink on the edges with that blue center with some pink on the other side. We'll do some with markers and stuff too, because it's totally fun to see what new and different creative things you can come up with. Today we're just going to focus on flowers, but if you love it, let me know. We can do other things. And then maybe that blue, I'll add a little purple around the edge here. So we'll have a little blue, a little purple, a little pink. Whatever you put on there, it's going to turn out slightly darker than what you have because it's shrinking, so the color's going to get darker. So there's what we have. I think you can see it pretty well from there, so because if I lift it up, it's going to be hard to see. So this is what I did. This one got a little too close, but if you just have a pin, and it doesn't have to be a pin, I'm going to do mine flower side, glossy side up, because I want the glossy side to be up after I'm done with this. Now, here are some other ways you can do this. The pokey tool, your bone folder, whatever you have to use that's not going to transfer heat to your fingers, you can hold them down with whatever you like. Okay? There's pokey tool on here. I can hold it down with that while you're doing this. At some point, when they say when they curl up, when they start to curl back down, that's when you want to press in the middle with your tool. Okay? Press it down and then push the petals down to make it have kind of a shape to it. That's what we're headed for. I'm going to use my fast heat gun because it just goes faster, but it doesn't matter which kind of heat gun you use. Be careful when you're pushing the petals down. It's still hot. I've seen people do these with gloves on. You just want to push them down until you can feel it getting harder. Now, I don't think that's all the way as far as it will go. I think it'll actually get smaller than that. But I stopped a little early. See the difference? But you could really see, the pink's hard for you guys to catch on this side, but you could really see the blue and the purple. Do you see how much darker it got? It's pretty cool. I'm going to heat this just a little bit more. I don't think the bottom got fully formed. Another thing I want to say is that if you're going to put something through it, like wire or whatever, make sure that you're doing your bottom. Yeah, it got warm again. Make sure that you're doing your hole very big, because that's going to get smaller too. Okay, and now I'm going to take and do some black lines from the back to do something a little bit different than what I've already done. I'm just going to go ahead from the middle going out. I'm going to draw some lines underneath. And I'm going to do them black, but you could do them whatever color you want. And then we're going to give it a middle. Okay, so now we've got a flower that's lined. Isn't that cute? So cute. That one turned out really pretty. Now, if I don't like, if I go back over that now, I'll probably mess up the lines because it's alcohol based. But if you don't like that there's not enough bright pink on the back, you can color on either side of this with alcohol markers when it's done as well. Depending on how you want it to turn out. So some of the lines that go all the way in there will hopefully be covered up by whatever gem I put inside of there, which I should have gone and dumped out all my gems. Now is a really good time if you've got little beads. They are really helpful because the flat back pearls are a little bit tricky to get in there. I think silver would look really cool on here. So what I did was I took 2 flat back pearls and I stuck them together. It's a little tricky. That's going to give you a little bead or a little ball that'll make it a lot easier for you to get that in that little hole. And I think I'm going to use my sticky tool because that will help me get it in there where I want it. There we go. This guy, I was going to use the one in front of me, but this one's a little bit heavier, so I'm going to use the one that's got this sticky tack at the top. This will really help. Okay. So whatever kind of glue you want to use, I'm just going to go ahead and use some of this. I think it's the, what do we call that penny, that glue that we sell? Or maybe this might be some of the glue that, this might be glitter glue, but I can't recall exactly. This stuff dries pretty fast, so it should be helpful. I'm going to pick up that bead, make sure that the bottom side goes down so we don't see that line where I smash those two together. That's what we're trying to avoid. I put a lot of glue in there. I probably didn't have to put quite that much. And then that should dry clear so you won't see the glue when it's all done. Cute. Cute, cute flower. Alright, so I'm going to put that down. Actually, I'm going to put it on top of this flower so it sits upright so it can dry. You can do this with the same Shrinky Dink that you've had forever, I believe. I really do think you can. So let's go ahead and do the backing of this one with like a lighter color of, let's do a light blue. We just did light blue. Let's try a light, maybe, how about a light yellow? Alcohol inks, alcohol markers are the best because you can do them before and after. I mean, obviously, we're not going to be able to go through everything that you can do with these, but you'll be able to experiment and come up with a lot of your own cool ideas. So that is yellow. Let's run red. Goes great with yellow. That back in, that white piece, so you can see the yellow. There you go. And then you can do whatever you want. So I'm going to go ahead and make some markings on this one, starting big and then, or starting small and going big. This one should probably turn out like super dark. That pink will be really dark. Okay. That's a pretty cool experiment, I think. That'll look really neat. Almost wish that yellow were just a little bit darker, but let's see how this one turns out. Hi, Amalia. Well, and I think, you know, if you don't have the chalk or you don't want to use chalk, you can do, I feel like I'm sitting like way low today. You can use all your alcohol markers. You can alcohol ink them and then put them up. That would be cool. I've not done that yet, but you can alcohol ink them. That would be beautiful. Get all kinds of different stuff turning up. Okay. I want to make sure that that bottom part, I need this one for the end. Make sure you don't use anything plastic that's gonna melt or heat up your hand. Trying to curl these ones up a little bit like the one on the other side because that happened to that one. Oh, I got a little bit of the color on there. Do you see? That's okay. So here's what we got with this one. That's not bad. I kind of like that one. Yeah, colored pencils, Amalia. I love that. I should try that too. I feel like the color isn't very as vibrant as I thought it would be. It's definitely, you know, darker on this side, but I'm going to go ahead and put some little colorings of that right on the middle on the front side. Oops. Dragged my marker a little bit too close there. That's a little bit more of what I was hoping for. I've got a little bit brighter of a flower there. Cute. Again, punch your hole if you're going to put this on something that needs to go like a necklace, or if you want to feed them through. Make sure you punch your hole before you shrink it. Where's my other box? There we go. And then I want to put something in there. Do we have a... Oh, I thought I had a pink one. Shucks. Could we do that light yellow one? See how this one looks. Don't know if it's going to be flat enough in there for this to stick or not, so we're going to try it. Seems it is. Here we go. We've got a little center there. Super cute. There we go. So here's that other one that we did. You see where I stopped earlier on this one? It didn't get quite as small or as bent up. You just kind of have to get the hang of it. It took me a few tries to get it to go the way I wanted it to, so just keep trying. Alrighty. Does anyone, I'm going to get some colored pencils and do one. Does anyone have any ideas that they want to try? Any colors that they prefer? Go ahead and shout out some colors that you'd like me to do on the next one. Oh, I should have brought up some of my bead boxes. That's right, I didn't think of it. But I think I might have some pearls. I do, but they've got holes in them, so I'll have to be sure to not do the holes. Not let them show. Yeah, that'll work. What kind of purple, Robin? Because we did a purple one already. We did this purple one. Red. I've not done any red. That would be fun. I've got some water-based markers. I've not tried those. I'm feeling like since this is non-porous that wouldn't be the best idea, so I've not done it. And for red, I think I'm going to go a dark, deep red of alcohol marker. R37. Wanda says if you want the center more yellow, color it before putting it into flour with alcohol marker. Oh yeah. Yeah, totally could have done that. Actually, probably still could get my little flower tip in there. Should we try it? Let me see, get my brightest yellow. This one's pretty good. Y15. She's talking about the little insides here, because it's an off yellow, but it looks green in there. I'm going to go ahead and see if I color that yellow. Not too bad. It still looks a little bit green. I don't know why. There's also, you can also put seed beads in them, but I thought, you know, that's such a mess. I didn't want to pull all that stuff out tonight. We can do that another day if you want to get into the intricacies of it. You can do all the little messy little doodads. I want to use the color pencil, but first I'm going to do the red one. Somebody asked for red. And I gotta lay this down so I don't accidentally color my rubber matte red. That would be sad. Ooh, I hope those striations that come from the marker show up in the flower, because that looks really cool. I already know what my positive for this week is going to be, so I'm not going to tell you what it is. But dang. I'm not having a problem with this staying home stuff at all. I know some of you guys probably are. I feel the worst for the people that have to not see certain people. That kills me. I have a feeling that when this shrinks down, it's going to be a deep red. I'm hoping I'm right, because right now it looks like a dark pink. So let's check it out. And then someone else said blue. Robin Sanders, you changed yours to blue. I love that. We'll do a blue one for you. A light and dark blue one or something. All right. I need this for the end. And bone folder to start. Sometimes they get stuck to each other, so FYI. Don't freak out. If they get stuck, sometimes they'll just come right back apart, and sometimes they will stay stuck. But most of the time, like these, they just come right back to their own spot and they're just fine. So don't freak out right away. These are still really hot. Ooh. Hotsy totsy. Be careful. Definitely don't touch that metal ball I just did a minute ago. Not bad at all. The metal is still warm. Look at that. Oh, you can see the striations. Do you see where the colors made lines by themselves? That's really cool. Do we want to color this one again? Try to make it super duper red, because right now it's not super red. What do you guys think? And while you're thinking about that one, I'm going to go ahead and make a blue one. But I'm going to try using the pencils, the colored pencils. So I'm going to do like a light blue. Because I know it takes just a minute for everyone to hear what I said. Because of our lag. Because of the lag time. So right now it's a light blue, then I'm going to add in a little bit of a darker blue. I suppose I should probably do the center. Okay. And let's find ourselves a nice dark blue. What's this one? Oh, that's purple. Blueberry Jammin'. Let's try that one. And with this one, I'm going to make some marks in it. Some circular, kind of ovalish marks. Because I want to see if those... Whoops. I pushed too hard. I was really pushing way too hard. Pencil sharpeners. I just had those out yesterday. There they are. Found one. I don't know, Debbie. Can we use watercolors? I would really like to know if we could. We should try it. And half the video she was sharpening her pencil. Darn, I wish I would have done this first. Because I don't know now if it's going to show up. But we're going to try it anyway. Because you don't know unless you try. But Penny and I saw them doing this technique at Creativation, and wow, the stuff that they created was amazing. So can you see how I did that? Light blue with the dark blue ovals. Let's see how that turns out. And I think I got, what, 1 yes for the color, the red one? One person said yes? Okay. My rags on this one are covered with a flour sack towel. That's all that is. It's just a flour sack towel cut and then wrapped around it, and all I did was masking tape the back. It did show up. Check it out. Oh, you know what? I didn't do the glossy side up. So, if you do that like I did, the matte side is up instead of the glossy side, you can paint this with a lacquer or what's that stuff called? Glossy accents, or a media glue like this, or Mod Podge, or whatever you want to give it a really nice sparkle and sheen. So maybe that's what we'll do with this one. But because I did it that way, you can really see those ovals that I did. That is so cool. So cool. Somebody said that they wanted me to redo this one red, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to recolor it, see if we can get a really nice red. Oh, you know what? It like reactivates the red that's already there, just like it would as if we had never heated it. But I think it is adding a little bit more darkness, so we'll see how it works out. It is a little tiny bit darker, but I would say, you know what, hit that with some alcohol ink. That would be beautiful. I have my alcohol inks beside me if you guys want to take a vote and see if you want to do, we can do one shrink. We'll do alcohol. Jamie, I'm so glad you made it. Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of what is a tea towel, like a flour sack? I'm not sure. But yeah, that would totally work out. I would like to have the little squishy thing I saw at Creativation, but I didn't buy one and I haven't found one online yet, so. And you know what? I think using the chalk on your finger, now that I've used these and my finger both, I like the finger better. I feel like it gets a lot more on it. Yes, let's do an alcohol one. So I need, and this one we can do on the front side. I need a different kind of a mat because this will stain. I could use a big block, couldn't I? I think I could. Use a big block. There we go, because that can be cleaned off. Alright, I'm going to pick 3 colors so we get kind of a rainbow. Red pepper. I gotta open this one because I really want the red pepper. Ooh, Wink of Stella? That's a really good idea, Robin. I'll try that. I have a, it's not a Wink of Stella, but it's same thing, made by Spectrum Noir. It's a clear one. So before I do that, let me go ahead and, which one did you want that on? On the blue one. All right. Let's see how that turns out looking. Ready? I'm going to see if I can do it up here so you guys can see. It's really hard to do and be able to show it on there because I can't see how much I'm putting on. You know what? It kind of is moving a little bit of my purple color, which I'm not happy about. I think it would probably be better with stickles because the purple one and this white one, do you see that white one? I did that one matte too on accident. I added stickles to the inside of it. Come on, camera. So I added stickles on the inside of that one. Here's the one that has the Wink of Stella, but you can't really see it. There's one. There you can see it. So, good idea, but it didn't quite give us the look that we were hoping for. So let's go ahead and do, I'm going to do just some pouncing with the alcohol inks. So I'm going to put just down a piece of felt that you can get anywhere. Yeah, I'm going to do it on the glossy side. And I'm going to take all of my covers off first. And this should dry pretty fast, so oops. Already spilled it. I'm just going to smoosh all over it till I feel like we got the whole thing covered. There, cool. And then I'm going to take and just quickly dry it without starting it to shrink up on me yet. Because I want to show you how that looks. You see that? Let me get the white paper, it'll be so much easier. Look at that. Oh, that's gonna be pretty. All right, let's try that one. And I don't think, the other thing I tried was making a little stand. And although this is made out of foam that I have, and it got a little bit wonky from the heat, it stood the test. So you could put one on top of there and then push the petals down if you want to make them. But anyway, that ended up to be a little bit too large for my purposes, so I didn't really use it after that. Oh yeah, look at that. I still have the purple on there. On my Wink of Stella from the flower. Okay. Let's go ahead and make this one. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put the covers on these first, so I don't accidentally knock it over and color something I don't want to, because that would stink. Yeah, you know what? I'm out of diamond stickles and I really, really want them because they're my favorite kind. What else do I have? I have some Stardust, but Stardust is not super sparkly. It's kind of flat. But let me go ahead and put some of the Stardust on there. We'll see if we like it, because hopefully it'll dry before we're done here. Like if I drag some of it down, then maybe we can put something in the middle too. Okay, here's the difference. Here's the Stardust stickles. I guess it is pretty shiny. I'd like to put something in the middle of there. Like maybe one of these dark purple ones, though. That'd be pretty. Let's do that. See if I can get that in there. Pretty stable. Need my little sticky guy. Where did I pop him? Whoa, stuck to my finger and I flung him around. All right, let's go ahead and put this one in here. That's almost too sticky. And once I got it down there, I didn't want to let it go. Sheesh, okay. There, we've got a purple one in there. Come on, camera. Pickiest camera in the universe. Oh, there we go. Fun. Okay. Let's set that aside because I'm super excited to do this one. Oh, I think I got ones that stuck. Oh, we're good, we're good. Okay. Finish her up. Look at that one. That's pretty. Let me put it on the white for you. That is pretty. So even though it was pretty light, it turned out pretty dark, didn't it? So you gotta make sure whatever colors you're using, that you remember light is better. That's super cool. I'm gonna put where's my glue? I'm gonna put the light blue, because we've got blue in there. I'm gonna put the light blue one in here. Oh goodness, I'm really unstable with that. Only this time I'm gonna use something a little bit. This one will hopefully let go of it quicker than the other one did. Here we go. Smoosh it in there. So then if you weren't happy with that and there was glue around there, you could take all of your little seed beads and pop some seed beads in there, and that would be really cool. So cool! Yeah, they look like stained glass. That's really neat. I didn't put anything in this one yet. Let's see what it would look like with one of these little pearls. Oh, there goes one. I knew there was a hole in the bag. I just couldn't find it. Now I found it. I can fix it up. I better chase that one down there. Gotcha. Caught him. Here he is. All right. So that will totally fit in there. I'm going to go ahead and glue the side. You don't want the little holes to show because these have holes in them. So I'm going to try to find a happy medium in the middle here. And then we're going to glue it in there. Oops, I'll have to catch them again. Fill that little puddle. That looks pretty good. Nobody will look for the hole, hopefully. And there we've got our red one, and we've got that one with a pearl in the middle. Cute. That one will look really pretty with lines too. My favorite one so far today is that stripy purple one. That one's really cool. So we've got that one. How many did we make? 4? Yeah, because we did this one. This is going to make a really cute necklace. Look at that. How fun are those? I'm really loving this one now. I love that color. It turned out really pretty. Alrighty, does anybody have, hey Sharon, any other ideas that you want to see me try? While I'm waiting, I'm going to go ahead and make one of these. That was this flower. So what I did was I just punched the, I just pushed the big ball end into this big one, into it while it shrunk. And it just made that big indentation there, and it stayed. So I'm going to see if I can do that. Now, these are longer leaves, so they might stick together. I hope not, but, you know, it's possible. Fix the camera. Did it go? Okay, cool. Here we go. I played with alcohol inks today too. Super fun. I'm trying to get in the middle. I'm just going to pull them back with this. It's plastic, so I'm not going to hold my hand on there too hard or too long because I don't want it to wreck my plastic. So now I'm just pushing those back, but I'm also trying to hold that ball down in the middle so it cools in that position, because then I'm going to have a lot more of a spot to put my little gem or whatever I want to pop in there. Two of these leaves did stick together, but they went down together. It looks okay. So when I let go, you can see the indentation? And now I can put maybe a larger gem in there. Try watercolor. Okay, let's try watercolor. I've got some high-end watercolors right here, so we'll try these. We need a watercolor brush. There they are. Okay. I don't have any water to dump this in, so we might get, looks like I used purple, so we're going to get some purple. Let's see if we can find a purple. This one's pretty. Let's do that one. Nope, I don't think so because it's non-porous. Okay, so this is what you end up getting. Lots of beading. So watercolor will not stick to it at all. So that's a big no on the watercolor. I really need to clean this one. So we will wipe this up. That even had some mica in it. Was left over probably from some maybe pearls. These should not have pearls in them, so it must have been on my brush. So nope. Any other ideas that you guys wanted me to try out while we're here? I'll put that on the top so that one doesn't dry stuck to something else. Try distress sprays. That is an interesting thought. I have the, let's see, oxides. I have the oxide distress sprays. Let's try peacock feathers. I have a feeling these won't stick either, but I don't know what kind of properties they have, so let's go ahead and put that in there and do peacock feathers. I see it beating up. Let me put a paper down so you guys can see. Yeah, I don't know if we let it sit, if it would. I think it's just going to bead off, just like the other stuff. Yeah? You guys think it's just going to bead right off? It looks like it's just going to come off. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Let's try, I have some of the gloss sprays. I don't know if you guys have seen or tried those. But the more you spray on, the more they're supposed to dry with like a shiny gloss. Like maybe that property would hold it in there. Well, let's try it. And this one I need to wipe off. Always wipe the tips of these off so that they don't clog on you. I forget sometimes. The powder sprinkles, those are the, let me think for a second, the Nuvo shimmer powders. Those are going to be kind of like watercolor, so I don't think those will work. Let's try this stuff. This is called Ocean. Ooh, I got that stuff everywhere. All over my hand and everything. It's supposed to dry with a sheen there. I don't know if it'll dry on here though. Let's see what happens. Okay. Let's try to shrivel it in the box just to see what'll happen, and I can always smoosh it with this block. Let's just see what happens, because I bet it'll all roll off, but let's just do this experiment. Looks like we lost one of the petals. It got stuck behind. Stay down, petal. Man, it doesn't want to stay. I can't get that petal to stay where it was. So we got one squished petal. Aww. Hot. That did not work out very well, you guys. Check it out. Nope, not so much. Okay, that was fun. I'm going to let it cool here before I toss it in the garbage. Got some of it stuck to my block. Too funny. Okay, I'm gonna spray this one off. I do hope that the beginner of like how to create these and how to heat them up and get them to turn out that way. Oh, looks like we got some chalk on there. I hope that helps you to get started so then you can throw your spin on it all. If you do, post them in our group. You don't need to wait for any kind of an album. Just post them on the wall. We would love to see everything that you do, especially when you see it, you know, obviously in one of our videos, tutorials. So, yeah, this one's not going to stay. I'm just going to wipe it off. It might have... No. No, sir. Right? Now we know. And it's fun to experiment. I love that you guys are not afraid to just throw out ideas so that we can try it and see what goes. It's just fabulous. So we did chalks. I think the finger works the best, but if you don't want to get messy, you can definitely use these. That's what I used in my first bunch. Move this out of the way. Again, make sure that you pick something that that's big enough. Having it be big enough is priority because otherwise you won't have anything to work with when it's all said and done. Yeah, so this one was a That was kind of a fail, so we'll toss that one. And then I'm going to show you real quickly before we go how I did the other ones, because they're supposed to stick to themselves. So I'm going to attempt that with you guys right now. Oh yes, that's starting this Sunday. The grand opening for Quality Crafts' new site and everything. Now that we're up and going and we've got itemization and all that good stuff. We're going to have huge sales in the store, qualitycrafts.com. Make sure that you check that out. We'll be sending out an email. If you don't get that email and you want to sign up, let us know. Penny, we need to figure out, make sure that we have that lined up so that anyone who signs up gets into the right list. Penny does a lot of that stuff, so I'm just saying this out loud because I don't want anyone to feel bad that they didn't get invited. Although you don't need an invitation to come, you can just show up. qualitycrafts.com. It's already going to be, what do you call it? You don't need a code or anything. They're already going to be reduced so that that's much easier on you guys. Just fill your cart. And then if you want, fill your cart. And if you want us to save it until the next sale, then let us know before you pay so that we can combine everything. If you check out the sale and you're like, wow, this is what I want and I don't want to wait, I want it sent right away, go ahead and pay. We'll get the information and then we'll send it out right away. Okay, I don't know if I have another big piece out. I may have to look for one, or we may be able to, oops, I touched my glitter glue. This Sunday to next Saturday is when it's going to run. What I want to do is, no, I got to do something different. I can't use this. I got to have a big piece because I want to show you. I'm just going to get another big piece and cut some off. Ooh, and I covered up my, everything's covered up. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this by hand. Actually, you know what? I'm going to need something way bigger than that, because that's going to get really tiny. Alright, I'm going to try this one. Now, as this dries, we should be able to stick these to it. So I want to see which ones would look the best together. I'm thinking maybe these three, because the purple doesn't really go with the blue and the... Yeah, what do you think? If we'd put these three together, would that make a good pairing? I kind of have a feeling it would. Close enough. So we're going to go ahead and heat this right on here. I'm hoping that we'll be able to pop these on and see if it sticks to itself. So let's do this as an experiment, because the last time I didn't do that. Stick to yourself. Ain't nobody got time for that. Don't stick to yourself. Oh, I waited too long. I waited too long. The middle is already hard. So now it's not going to stick. That's going to be a tricky thing, you guys. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. Nope, it just doesn't work that way. No, sir. Oop. This reminds me of, it looks like those plastic things that we used to drink the little liquid Kool-Aid out of. It's still hot, still moldable. But it's not sticking to this. So, I don't know. That's not going to work. Like I said, try to use something that has a property like liquid glass or something like that. A mixed media, what's that? Mixed media, do I have it here? I don't think I do. Media matte media. I can't think of it. Anyway, matte media glue, whatever it is that they call it. I think that would work, actually. These are staying in there really nicely. Alright, well, you know what? I'm going to save these because if you guys like this series, if you like it and you want a series or you want another video, let us know in the Quality Crafts group on Facebook so that I know to add that back into the queue. And then we can use up some more of the things that we have here. Alright, and so you can make really pretty jewelry depending on, you know, how you make it. And this is holding up pretty well with the hot glue, but I know it's going to eventually fall off. So you're going to want something almost like a super glue to make sure that these things stay together. Even this stuff would work great, but you have to put it in a spot so that it can sit and dry and set. Okay? This is so fun. We could do a lot more of these. There's a lot different kind of things we could try out. So maybe you want to make a list of other things. I would like to do some pins, enamel pins, where they start out really big and then they get to about this size, and we can put a hole in it and I have some locking pins to make them into pins. That would be really cute. So maybe we can make some koala ones. So that's my idea for later. I hope you guys share your ideas with us too on Facebook, Quality Crafts, and definitely check us out this coming week for our grand opening on qualitycrafts.com. Click on the store. It has all the links there still. It should be really user friendly. If you run into any quirks or anything, let us know, because we would like to make that shop the best that we can make it. And I can't wait to see you guys next video.